technical difficulties. We're a few minutes late getting started, but this is our small business discussion today, and I am really honored to have some friends of mine who are local Atlanta small businesses with me just to talk about the challenges that we're all having in this time. So I'd like to welcome my esteemed panel today. We have Adunu, who is the owner and founder of Masayo House Jewelry, which I absolutely love. I've got them on now. Kelly, who is the founder, owner of Nana's Chicken and Waffles. She is the founder of Women in Restaurants, and she was on the Food Network last year in the cooking challenge, the Thanksgiving cooking challenge. Miriam is the owner of Cafe Istanbul, who is, the food there is fantastic. So we're going to talk a lot about restaurants and everything. And then Steve Hightower, the owner of Steve Hightower Salon and Spa. So we've, guys, when I talked with you before, in the light of everything going on with COVID-19 and everybody sheltering in place, the reason I wanted the four of you guys to come on is all of your businesses have either completely stopped or come to a drastic halt. So I'd love to hear from you, first and foremost, what made you, how was the decision process? Steve, I'll start with you because I know you've closed your salon completely.
Yes, I have. How I came to the decision of closing the salon was, one, I was just looking at the books. They were just dramatically dropping. Everyone was canceling. And then I just decided, for the safety of everyone, it's just best to shut this down. So we've actually been shut down now, going on our second week, and we're all shut down next week. So that'll be 3 weeks that we're down. We do plan, as of right now, opening back up on the 7th, but that depends on how everything goes. Our guests are being very, cooperative. Everybody's wanting to get in.
Right.
And so it's dramatically affected us, especially the younger staff. It's really affected them a lot. And so one of the big questions that you had asked me earlier, and that a lot of clients and everybody have been calling me, asking me, is my roots. What I do about my roots. I just ask everyone to please pull your hair back. Do not go to the drugstore or the grocery store and get box dye, because in the long run, when you come in, it'll probably cost you more for us to correct that. Those box colors hardly ever match. The alkalines, the pH, the ammonia levels, everything has such a harsh effect on many different types of hair. So just be patient, stay loyal to us. All the salons throughout Atlanta and everywhere, they need your support when this opens up, because we're all pretty much small business people, and we really do rely on that, especially these younger generations that's going from week to week on their paychecks. So just stay loyal, stay dedicated, and we greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, I think that's a big point, because you realize, some of us that have been in the business world for a while and owned our businesses for a while, we're, hopefully have been good savers and put things apart, but there's so many people who are out of work right now that do live paycheck to paycheck. And, Kelly, I'm going to ask you for a minute, because I know you also made the decision with your restaurant to close completely.
Yeah.
So tell us what you decided and kind of where that came from.
That was probably one of the toughest decisions of my life right now. Just to, I had my restaurant, I've been having my restaurant for 3 years, and to close completely down was a very difficult decision, because, we're open 7 days a week. So we don't really have any closing days anyway. The biggest concern for me was, of course, my staff, because like Steve said, a lot of the younger generation, even just in the restaurant world alone, a lot of the servers and kitchen staff do live paycheck to paycheck. So it was difficult, but I wanted to really put human life above any sort of money. For me, I have 4 children at home. My youngest twins, although they're 4 years old, they were preemies. I just didn't want to afford to bring anything back home to them. Same thing with my staff. I just didn't want to put anyone in harm's way. Of course, we did the carry out for 1 day, and it did actually very well. But once I really got that call from one of my good friends, and she told me that she was diagnosed with COVID-19, and she's been having it for 2 weeks, and they turned her away at the hospital I think twice. So for me, once I heard that, it's just like, I don't know what I'm getting myself into, even carrying a bag to a car. And I just didn't want to take that risk. So I decided to close completely down and really take this time to just kind of focus on the structure of the business and see, where we can improve. And I was really hoping, I know, we talked briefly on Facebook. I was really hoping that everything would be shut down. I really thought that the whole world by now would be shut down and quarantined for 14 days so we could get back to living our day-to-day lives.
I think that's a big point. And, Miriam, I know your restaurant is still open, but only for curbside. And one of the things I agree with Kelly 100%. I think we're at a point now where everybody could stay home and shut it down. And I respect you guys making the decisions to do so. Miriam, I know in your Cafe Istanbul locations throughout Atlanta, which all of my friends have been ordering from, which is fantastic. You shut your restaurant down and are only doing the curbside or the delivery, which is, I know, a big revenue loss to you guys and certainly to your front line. I know your entire family is part of your business. But, one of the things you and I were talking about is you made, and Kelly's made that hard decision to do that, but not all restaurants were, because you were sharing with me that there's some that are still open, that people are going out. So, my thought is, if you guys are listening to this, stay home, do the curbside, do the delivery, something where you're not, spreading germs or anything. I know a friend of mine had ordered from you, I guess, last week, and, the guy, they were very careful. There was no touching. Everybody had gloves on. It was wonderful. So what are you doing, and what effect is it having on your business?
First of all, thank you so much for doing this. I think the more awareness we bring to businesses and the employees inside their businesses and their families, it's a huge loss for everybody. It's so unfortunate times that we're living at right now. I had to let go of 40 staff members, and it's not just the staff members that are unfortunately sitting at home. They have husbands, wives, children. There's no more income coming in, and it just breaks my heart. But it is nothing that, it's completely out of our hands. We are hoping that everybody would follow the rules. I hate it that they shut down one county by county. Literally, I was just telling you guys, it's like at this point, because why is one side of Alpharetta open, but yet another side of Alpharetta is still closed? This puts a burden in all businesses at the end, because this takes longer for me to open. It'll take longer for Steve to open his hair salon. It's not fair. I think we should all shut it down. If it's a restaurant, you should not even be able to go and sit in their patio like I hear other restaurants are doing. It's either takeout by Uber or come and pick up curbside. It's dramatically hurt our business. I can't even tell you. We're a restaurant based on coming in, watching belly dancing, having a DJ dancing on the dance floor. So of course my business, I would say, is 85% at a loss at this point. I don't even know if I can open back up after this is all gone. I've lost so much money by now. It's really, I don't even know. They say open. We've been closed now. This is the third weekend that we're going to be closed. 2 weeks ago, I was told 2 weeks. Now I hear April 4th. Then I heard end of May. I'm just going day by day, and it's really frightening. I'm scared. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, to tell you the truth. And I'm really worried for my staff as well. They're all just sitting, waiting to see what's going to happen.
I think that's such a, is the sentiment I think so many of us are feeling, is we just don't, with small businesses, which is the heart of this country, there's so many people, not just your staff. I mean, you as the owner going, I don't know what we can do. So, my urge to people is always to make sure that you're doing everything you can. I mean, support local. So if you guys need food, like call, go do curbside pickup, do that, but be safe. Look at these establishments like Cafe Istanbul that's following the rules and doing things, because it's a big, it's a big opportunity for us that do still have jobs or do still have paychecks coming in, to be able to help some of these businesses that we love so much during the week. I think with Steve and Miriam and Kelly, you guys have locations and everything. So Adunu is a little bit on the opposite end, which is why I'm glad to have you on here. You do have an online retail, but you do a lot of trade shows. So, I know my ex-husband, my kid's dad, he does shows as well. He's a producer, and all of his shows for the next 3 months are canceled, everything. So he has 0 shows, 0 income nothing coming in. And, with a big portion of your business, your jewelry line being, sold that way, what does that mean for you?
For me, it's been very significant. The irony is usually between March and August is when I have the bulk of the shows, just because it's for the spring going into the summer. And I have shows between March and July, either canceled or postponed. And I'm a charity-based company, so all of my shows are nonprofit. Some don't even have the liberty or the luxury of rescheduling. The kind of pieces I have, there's just a greater appreciation when you see them in person. So my online sales are mostly from clients who've already shopped from me. But the thing is, right now, no one's thinking about shopping for jewelry. So it's not a necessity. And my concern is I don't even know if I can bounce back, because when all this is said and done, no one's really thinking about jewelry. They're all going to run to Steve to get their roots fixed, and run to Dine because everyone just wants to get out of the house. So for me, I don't see how I can bounce back afterwards, like when all this is over.
And that's what I'm hearing from so many people, and it's just breaking my heart, because these are really good businesses. So, my question for each of you, and honestly for people are commenting on Facebook and saying the same thing, obviously people can come in and buy gift certificates or purchase things online, or, for those people, I'm really calling on the people that have not seen a loss of income, that still get their paycheck, that are working from home. I get that it's tougher doing that, having to raise the children at the same time, but the people that still have checks that aren't like us, small business owners, you're still in a position to be able to help. So whether it's takeout, gift card, you could buy a gift card from a Junior or Steve in 3 months from now, because that means the revenue is coming to them now. So, buying gift certificates from places that are closed, going online, I think restaurants, anything like that, there's so many first responders now, whether it's healthcare, people in restaurants, people in the grocery stores, buying, pieces and taking them to them, buying them gift cards and giving them out. So I think the people that are still working, we have an obligation, if you still got revenue, to help these small businesses, because this is kind of how we're woven together. So what would each of you guys say? What would be most helpful for either your business or businesses that that are struggling right now? What can people do?
I don't know. Well, I can just speak up.
Yeah,
I know definitely for someone like me and Miriam as well, gift cards would help tremendously. And even with posting on our reviews, support us when it comes to reviews, and being on Google and Yelp, and just sharing our food and our businesses on social media. Because, let's be clear, we're going to get past this no matter what. I think we're all going to get past this, and I think that we're going to boom as soon as we can open back. And give them something to look forward to. That's why I've just been constantly trying to post on our social media pages. Even though we're not open, dream about the food, talk about the food, think about the food. And as soon as they give us our go, we can open back up. I think one thing I do think is that we'll be amazing. I think people are going to want to get out of the house, especially when it comes to food. They're definitely going to want to eat. Especially when it comes to beauty. I know I cannot wait to get my hair and lashes done. I had to put on some strips today because I got one lash on and one lash off. But I'm super excited, and I think that once we get back open and running, I do think that we would do amazing things, and I do think that it would boost economy, especially when it comes to food and beauty. And I definitely want to shop. I've been stuck in the house for 3-4 weeks now. It'll be a different season when we come out. It'll be warm outside, so I want to go and get something. It might not be a lot, but I do want to go and stock up on some pieces. So just continue to support us by far. Continue to Post things on social media, continue to buy gift cards if you can. Go and pick up curbside from restaurants that are being safe and taking things into precaution, especially our small businesses. You have small businesses where, just like us, I mean, this is our blood, sweat, tears, and families, that help us in day to day. And I know how hard it feels to lay off 40 employees. I had to lay off mine. And let's be clear, they're not making it easy to do unemployment right now. It took me literally 3 days, and I don't even know if I still completely filed it properly, but it took me 3 days to file on behalf of the entire company, because you can't just have your team file for one individual file. You have to file on behalf of the entire company. And those people have jobs, and guess what? They could care less. They don't want to help. And that's the most frustrating thing, that everybody's working from home for Georgia Department of Labor. Hopefully somebody is on here from Georgia Department of Labor, because I've been calling and emailing like a crazy fool, trying to help my staff at least get a little bit of money to put in their pockets that I put into just as well as the government does, So it's a little frustrating, but I think if you guys can just support us and post us on social media, I think that would be absolutely amazing. And like Steve said, don't use any box color, please.
Steve, how can everyone help? All the small businesses.
The one way that you can really help my salon and my staff is through gift cards, and we have a special going. You can go on my website, and we will give you 20% added bonus to any amount over $50. And when I tell my staff that so-and-so purchased a $300 gift card, that makes them so excited, because they know that client is going to come back to them. And plus, it's an added bonus because everybody is watching their money. So the clients are enjoying getting that extra 20%. And I'm taking 20% off all their retail. And you can get the retail. We will mail it to you. So if you're out and you need your favorite skincare line, Reposage, or your hair care, Lonza, or Label M, we can mail that to you. Just call the salon, leave your name, number, and we'll call you back. I am a shopper, so I cannot wait to get out and shop. I'm not one to be sitting tied into a salon. Or my home. I've done all the cleaning and I can do, so I'm ready to get out. And I do feel that we will come through this strong. I am a very, I won't say religious, but very spiritual person. And I do know that if we all come together and watch after each other and pray together, that we will all get through this, because we're strong and we will get through this. We have to. There's no choice. And I just want everybody to keep everybody in their thoughts and prayers, and just be kind to each other. I don't want to cry, so.
Not to cry, because you're making me cry. No, I agree. I think it's true. I feel like I'm seeing opposite ends of the spectrum. I'm seeing some people that are being so kind and so generous, and that's what I want to see more of. And then you see some people that the stress level has just gotten them to the point where they're reacting, So I think that's a great thing. Let's bound together, pray together, and just be kind to each other.
We have some comments on Facebook, Krista.
Yeah.
So everyone's jumping in, saying yes, amen. We'll get through this together, and I've got to kind of spread the word on our end too, through Slack and text message and some calls I had this morning with other people on my team. And some of the things some other businesses are doing too are like, how can you jump on and say, like, so Steve, tell me how I can protect my color until I can get back to you. So, I mean, that may be a good question of how can we all maybe take something digital? Is there a meal that I can cook that's like one of your restaurants? Because let me tell you, it wouldn't be as good as what you have, because I'm not that great of a cook. So it's going to want me, I'm going to do this thing until I can get back in the restaurant. But goodness, I'm going to be glad when I can come back.
Well, I think that's good. Go ahead, Steve.
As far as protecting your hair, I've told a lot of my clients, especially those that have red tones and brown tones in their hair that can tend to turn real brassy and show and fade. If you've got dry shampoo, use that a lot. Shampoo it less. If you got good, professional salon shampoo, use that. If you don't have dry shampoo, you can always use the old-fashioned, going back to my young days, of just powdered starch to absorb that moisture and then brush it through there. If your gray's showing, it's like you can use mascara. I've told a lot of my clients just use mascara, use eyeshadow. That way it washes out. It's not going to stain the hair and then us have to fight with that stain or that color to get the correct color. So those are the things that I suggest. Wash your hair less. Use a great shampoo that you've got. Condition your hair. A lot of times people, you don't necessarily have to shampoo your hair daily, and a lot of people do. You can just run the water through it and then run conditioner all through it and rinse it well. But during this time, dry shampoos are your best friend. If you don't have it, starch, and then just mascara to cover up that gray. And I know mascara and eyeshadows, I've even been on location and had to use kind of a yellow eyeshadow to cover up blonde roots. There's things that you can do. So just work through that. And at the end of the day, right now there's so many important things out there more than our roots. I know that's important to everyone. And it's important to us for you to have those roots and come back. So just work through it. We'll all get through it.
Steve, I have just a suggestion. Do you have like either a Facebook page or somewhere on your website where people can contact you with questions, just to keep engaged in how you can suggest products, how you can even offer your products, ship your products to them just for the maintenance? I don't know if I'm making any sense, like just some kind of line of communication and engagement to current clients and potential new clients who will be willing to come to you after all this is over. And it also helps you with sales, because people are going to need to know how they can at least maintain their hair until all this is over.
Yes, and thank you for bringing that to our attention. You can go to my website, stevehightower.com, and it's like, and go to this site, and there's a contact us. You can email us with any questions. You can go on my Facebook page, Steve Hightower Hair Salon, and you can personal message me. So you can email me through the salon, and that's stevehightowerhair@gmail.com. And again, go on my Facebook page and personal message me. I'm happy to answer any questions and help anybody any way that I can. I just feel helping each other is the way we'll all get through this. And if anybody needs jewelry, I'm going to send them your way.
Well, I do have a cookbook, so I'm so grateful that I have been still selling cookbooks. They sent me a message. People are buying cookbooks on Amazon. You can buy them on my website as well, either, Cooking with Kelly with a K or Nana's Chicken and Waffles. The Postal Service is still working. We're still sending cookbooks. I'll probably do a few live videos probably over the weekend. I've just been so busy with, the kids and schoolwork. I haven't really, everybody has. I haven't really been able to even engage on social media personally, but I will be doing a few cooking tips with just, pantry-friendly ingredients that we can all do something quick and easy in our pantries. We don't have to go out to the grocery store and buy anything. So I'm excited about that. So for us, just buying, of course, Cooking with Kelly cookbooks, and that way you can still kind of be engaged. You can still get a little bit of Nana's Chicken and Waffles at home. And then just look forward to the grand opening, the rebirthing of Nana's once everything is back to normal.
I think that's a great opportunity. I will definitely post links in the comments on Facebook to everybody's website, to everybody's Facebook page, because I want everybody to engage with people. I feel I'm a business strategist, so right now is a big time for me, and a lot of my small business clients is the thing I keep working on with them is we've got to pivot. We need to embrace and we need to pivot, because our revenue streams that we had before may not necessarily be our revenue streams. So to the extent we can offer gift cards, support small businesses, engage with people, and look for new creative ways to bring in revenue to help our staffs, to help the people that work for us that have been so loyal, while at the same time keeping everybody safe. So it's a new normal, and learning to navigate that I think is the biggest. So I so much appreciate you guys all being here. So before we kind of wrap up, what I'd love to hear from each of you is tell me one thing that you would like the public to know, both in general and to help support all small businesses. And Miriam, I'll start with you.
I just want to add something to what you and Kelly also said. Even though I've been in business for 24 years, I'm so scared that after this, they're going to forget about me. They're going to forget about Cafe Istanbul. So like she said, I want everybody to, I'm trying myself to say, hey, remember, I'm here. I will be here after this, hopefully keeping my fingers crossed and praying. Come to us, because my servers have had no income. The kitchen staff need your help. So that's the number one thing, is I'm scared that people are going to forget about us. As a business owner, you tend to think that way. That's why you keep going on social media to say, remember us, support us in times to come. And of course, yes, since I'm still doing curbside delivery and Uber Eats and DoorDash, please, if you get tired of cooking at home, you want a vegetarian dish or a meat dish, of course, we're known for grilled kimbap. Please remember us and try to support us so that we can have some kind of income flow coming in, so that the doors can stay open.
Just to touch on what Miriam is saying, for example, I was supposed to have my 40th birthday party at Cafe Istanbul, but we can't do that in person. So I spoke to my host and I said, let's have a virtual birthday party. So, and then it kind of piggybacks. So like tonight I'm having virtual cocktail hour with family. So have virtual dinner parties. Everyone order from Cafe Istanbul, either do delivery, have delivery or curbside, and have virtual Zoom parties with your friends. So you're still interacting and being social while supporting your local restaurants. Kelly, we can pick a day, like, okay, we're gonna have a virtual brunch. Everyone go to Nana's and pick up, do it from your car, do it from wherever, and have a virtual brunch. I mean, there's so many ways we can still support each other and not even feel isolated while doing it because of technology.
Pour up the quarantinis.
Pardon?
The quarantinis. Everyone's calling instead of martinis, it's quarantini.
Yeah,
these days.
martini, like have martini Monday. I mean, we can have something for every day of the week. It's not like we have to get up and go anywhere. You can be.
And Steve said we're allowed to pull our hair back in a ponytail, so we're good.
Exactly.
Yeah, Steve,
Why get our hair colored?
what would you leave everybody with, Steve? I mean, you've got some great insight, and you know, you and Miriam have been in business in Atlanta a long time. Like Miriam's 24 years on. Have you had your salon?
I have had my salon going on 30 years. I've done hair for 33 years. And I've never seen nothing like this. And I pray we all don't go through this ever again. But the one thing that I would just like everybody to remember is the small businesses, where it doesn't matter what type of small business you are. It's like to remember to support the small businesses any way that you can, helping the waiters, helping the staff. And for everybody just to be kind. There's so much negativity going on, and for everybody to stop and look at how blessed we are. We may be going through hell right now, but there are so many things that we take for granted every single day, such as the toilet paper. And I never thought I'd be taking toilet paper for granted. But just look around you, look outside. There's so much that we have to be grateful for, and let's just think of those things. Things could be worse. I hope they don't get worse. I pray to the heaven above that it doesn't get worse. But just be kind to each other. Be thankful for everything, and just pray that it all passes over and we all survive. And be positive. You will survive. What you put out will come back to you. So just put those negative vibes aside. Put them in the back of your mind. Trust me, I've had my breakdowns. I have cried my eyes out in my backyard. I have cried in my car. I've cried on my knees. It's like, and it was a hard decision to let my staff going to get them all on unemployment, but we have to do what we have to do for the best right now. And I think this is the best right now. But just everybody, again, put positive, fun things out. I'm so sick of the news. Got to where I just really don't try to watch it. So it's like, because it is what it is. We're all doing what we can do. We're keeping the distance. I have such strategies in place for the salon when we do open back up, as far as the sanitation and everything. I've moved chairs out. I've done. It's going to be a very sterile, clean environment. So just stay safe. Everybody stay safe. Keep your distance. Stay in. It's like, and then when we can all get back out, go out and support every small restaurant you can, every small business that you can. And that's what I want everybody to know.
Yeah, and Steve, to echo your thoughts, I mean, everyone online's chiming in, sending all their love, and everyone's saying that they're not going to forget any of you. So you'll have to go back through and read these comments.
I do want to drop a note that we are having an online sale. This is the perfect time to shop for Mother's Day.
Oh gosh, we gotta be quarantined. I'd forgotten about it.
Well, even if you're not, well, things are on sale.
I'm about to all shop for myself. No, it's true though, and I thank you guys so much for being with me. Steve, I feel like you summed it up so well. It's, Miriam, we're not going to forget about you. You guys have been, if you've been around, Kelly with 3 years, it's still such an establishment. Steve and Miriam, who've been around, a lot longer. Y'all are integral. All of us as small business owners are integral parts of the world. And my hope is, I agree with Steve wholeheartedly. We will get through with this. I personally think it's going to be a new normal. I don't think we're going to go back to the way it was. But with that, I think it creates good opportunities for small business. I think our new normal is going to help us be more kind and more compassionate. I think it's to help us understand how hard servers work and, people in salons and people that truly are living paycheck to paycheck. So, I mean, it's a tough time. It's really a tough time. And I know with my clients, I'm working with them on strategies to help them pivot, but we're still dealing with the emotion of having to worry about their staff and the people that work for them and how are they going to pay their bills. So I echo Steve's sentiments in that we just need to be kind to one another, and we need to, pray and join together and follow the rules so we can get through this sooner rather than later. So.
And let's not forget about each other when all this is over, because that's my concern, is when there's a crisis, everyone is talking about supporting, and then when the crisis is over, some people just fall back into their own ways. I think I've really worked hard to try to see the good and all the good that can come out of all of this, and I hope part of it is us just learning to support each other. Just keep supporting, collaborate. This is an opportunity for us to talk about collaborating with each other and just helping because it's not, for me, and for a lot of us, it's not just getting through this, it's the aftershock that we're really, 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 really going to need to embrace and support and hold each other through what's happening today.
You know what, guys? I think if we can just all get through this, really, let's be honest, right? I think if we can just all look back and say, we've all had those times where we say, well, God, if I just had a little bit more time, I can work on this. And if I just had a little bit more time, I can change that. And I think this is the time that we need to really self-center and connect within yourselves and really say, I need to spend more time with my family. I need to spend more time, working on the back end of my business. I need to spend more time checking up on my friends, because we've all been so busy doing our own things. And this is a time where we really can just reconnect with one another, reconnect with our families, reconnect with our spouses, and really think of a master plan on how to move forward, because we are going to get through this. I think no one's going to forget about Cafe Istanbul. I cannot wait to get a belly dance when I come back out the house, right? I cannot wait to shop when it's time to come back and you have a pop-up. I cannot wait to go and get my hair done and a massage at Steve Hightower Salon. So I think think about the outcome and how much this is going to just better have everyone come out the house. You know, everybody's hashtagging on Facebook right now and Instagram. When you invite me somewhere, I promise I'm coming.
Yeah.
I promise I'm coming. I am coming out of the house, even if, you know, I'm booking my nanny right now on all the weekends in May, because I'm gonna be out the house. You're not gonna be able to tell me anything, okay? So I think if we just look at it in the brighter picture and say, they're coming, they're not going to forget about you. We're just going to socially connect with one another. We're going to pray for the health professionals that are doing an amazing job. And let's be honest, we're all here healthy. It's some people that are fighting for their lives right now. We are all here healthy and saying, what can we do to better help someone else? Just like Steve said, how can we be a blessing to others? And I think that's what it's all about right now, figuring out how we can be a blessing to others, because it's going to be better on the other side. We're going to get through it. We have no other choice.
I agree with you. I think that's a great way to wrap it up, Kelly, because it is. We will get through this. We're in it together. And, you know, you can hear we're just 5 business owners and been in business for very lengths of time, but we've been through troubles. We'll go through troubles again, like hopefully nothing like this again, but let's all band together and support one another. So for all of you 4, Adunu, Kelly, Miriam, Steve, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your stories.
Thank you.
My prayers. I will support any way that I can. I'm getting hungry just thinking about the stuff. I agree with Kelly wholeheartedly. We will get through this. It is going to require a pivot, but it gives us time to pause. So many of us need to pause and think about, you know, this is a forced pause. It's allowing us an opportunity to figure out what's important to us, what we need to evaluate in our life and in our business. And then if you guys need, you guys know I'm here. So if any of you guys need help or any of you guys listening need help, let me know. I'm more than happy to help you work through how to pivot during these unprecedented times. So you guys, thank you so much. We're going to post links to all of this pages and businesses, and everybody listening, if you can support, please do so, not just now, but once things open back up, and then we will get together and have a live, not even virtual, live party then to celebrate.
Or virtual
Yes,
stuff.
we will. We will. Thank you so much,
everyone.
Thank you guys so much for being with us.
Much.
Yeah, thank
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll be back with you next week with another episode. But until then, keep pushing, and we are all in this together.